I'm Stiener from Semrau High School, and this is my prep profile.
Well, Sydney, you're a multiple sport athlete, volleyball and gymnastics and also track. Those are very different sports, but then there's
Yes.
similarities. How does one sport help another for you?
Well, I would definitely say gymnastics has been the biggest thing for me. I've been doing gymnastics since I was very little. I was 2 years old. Started with Mommy and Me classes, and that really teaches you a lot of body awareness. So you learn how to take control over your body. So when it comes to pole vault and track, the upper body strength that I have from the uneven bars and stuff like that, that helps a ton. And volleyball, just like the coordination that you need, I learned all that when I was little in gymnastics, so it made picking up on volleyball and track much easier than other kids might have picked up on them. So.
Now, gymnastics you've done since two. Is that your favorite? Doing the other sports, does that help you from being bored or maybe getting? I want to say, a lot of times people burn out on sports, but having the variety, does that help you?
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that loves to be busy, so I love going back and forth. Most of the time, I'm doing more than one at a time, between clubs in the off season or something. But yeah, the variety is awesome. It's cool to be able to be part of a team sport in volleyball and be a part of a team and stuff. And then gymnastics is kind of both. You have a team aspect as well as an individual. You compete as an individual, but all of your scores go towards a team. And then track is more individual and team as well, but you're competing by yourself. But I don't think I could ever get burned out with sports. I absolutely love them. It's like my life, so.
Now, I understand you said if you could do one sport, it'd be cross country, so you could double up.
Yeah.
They don't allow that at Sun Prairie, or is
No,
just...
and I love to run. Running is, I do it all the time on my own, and I think it would be so much fun to run cross country, but I love volleyball too, so I love volleyball, so I could never give up volleyball, but if I could do both of them at the same time, I would in a heartbeat.
Now, you've been to state in gymnastics. You've had some success there. What's it like going to that meet? The excitement, the anticipation of getting there? Is it the chaos there, or how do you describe that?
Well, that day for me is always one of my favorites. The first year and the second year are two very different experiences. First year when I was going into state, I really didn't have any expectations. I was just like, I'm going to go, I'm going to compete at my best, I'm going to have fun, just take it all in. It's my first time, and doing that, it was so exciting. I'd never been to a meet like that before, and the atmosphere was crazy, and I had a bunch of friends that came out to watch me, which normally you don't really get a lot of fans for gymnastics meets, so that was cool. The whole experience was amazing, and I ended up doing really well. So then coming in second year, it was a completely different experience. I had a lot more nerves because, I felt like I had to defend my title and people were expecting things from me, but when it comes down to it, when you start your routines, you really don't even think about anything. You just let your body do what it knows how to do, and that meet is so much fun because a lot of the girls that I competed with against in club gymnastics before I did high school, they're all there too, so it's really fun for all of us to compete together, and we're all good friends, so we all cheer each other on, and it's a really good time.
Now, what club do you participate with?
Well, I did club gymnastics before high school gymnastics, and I did at Madison Twisters in Madison, so.
And I understand you didn't compete as a freshman because of something with equipment. What was that?
Yeah, well, the gymnastics team wasn't they didn't have a lot of attention, so they didn't have a lot of money for equipment and stuff because it's very expensive. So they didn't have bars as my favorite event, and they didn't have bars that went far enough apart for me to do my routines on. So I decided to go club, and then they ended up getting new bars. So then I decided to come out for high school, and I love it because I can represent my school and wear my school colors, and there's nothing better than that for me.
Still, it's tough. You have a new high school, but there's no place for you over here. You have to train. Where do you train at?
We train at the alternative school, which is right next door to the old high school. And it's actually, it's kind of a bummer that we don't have a spot here, but in reality, it works. We don't get to keep our equipment up, but we get to keep it all there, and it's a big space for us. We're not crammed in some little area up here. And as much as it's a bummer that it's far away, it's a nice space to practice and compete. So I guess I don't mind it. It's a bummer, but we make do with what we have.
You listed your role model as your grandpa.
Yes.
What does he go to a lot of your events? And
Yep, he comes to every single one that he can get to, and he's just a great person, like all around. And he has the most patience. He's the most selfless person I know. He's always putting other people before himself. And if I could be like him when I grow up, I'd be completely satisfied.
do you have a most inspirational teammate? Someone who's inspired you in sports or in school?
Yeah, I would say probably Liz Burkholtz, just because on the track team she was a really good leader by her actions. She worked hard every single day. She was so committed and dedicated to being the best she could be, and she's probably one of the best runners out there, at least in the state of Wisconsin. She won state at the state track meet last year in the mile and the 2 mile, and she pushes herself. And she's the best there is, and she really motivates me to do that same thing.
Were you at state track last year? Did you get to see her?
Yeah, I went to go watch. I didn't qualify. I just missed qualifying, but I went to go watch her, and it was really cool to see.
Now, having gone to state gymnastics, what do you think of state track? Having just not competing, but having been there in the whole atmosphere.
Having been there, state track is one of the most. It's an amazing track meet, that's for sure. It's huge. It's at the UW Lacrosse, and their track is gorgeous, and it really motivates me to get there this year. That's my big goal for track, is to be able to compete in that meet.
Do you have any plans for the future where you want to go to school or what you want to major in? I
really want to get into pharmacy because I love chemistry and math and stuff like that. My dream school would be North Carolina, UNC at Chapel Hill. But it's really tough to get in there if you live out of state. So that's my dream school. I've applied, and I'm waiting for January 20th. They sent out their acceptance letters, so I'm waiting on that. But I've been accepted to Madison and Ohio State, and so those are really good alternatives too.
Well, Wisconsin just played North Carolina in basketball,
yeah.
So is that who are you rooting for?
I don't know. I mean, it was tough. I mean, obviously Wisconsin. I'm a huge Badger fan. I always have been. But I have a special place in my heart for North Carolina too. So I was kind of glad North Carolina won, but it was kind of a bummer too for the Badgers. I don't know, I was really torn.
So now you just have to kind of wait and see what happens with the college apps.
Yep, and it's my dream to go there. I've been wanting to go there for a while now, and I mean, if I get in, it was meant to be, and if I don't, it wasn't. So, I'm really anticipating that letter, that's for sure.
Now your gymnastics season, I understand this looks very good for Sun Prairie, is kind of a season your team has been building to for a while.
Yes, definitely. I'm so excited for our team this year. We just had a meet last Friday, and we had our team high in like 10 years or something, and we had a 132, and the team that qualified for state last year got a 135. So we're only 3 points away, which is really close, especially since it was only our first meet of the season. So I'm really excited to see where the season takes us.
All right, well, good luck this gymnastics season, and I hope you have a great senior year.
Thank you.
Thank you.